Can you say cradle
Wait.
to
Two.
chaos?
Car.
Welcome to Cradle to Chaos. Yay!
Well, we're shaking things up today. We're recording at your house instead of mine.
And you could probably, you will at some point in this episode today hear my needy dog and my needy toddler.
Yeah.
So just
Keeping it real.
keeping it real. You know how it goes. 7:52 on a weeknight. You know the
Oh my
bedtime struggle,
gosh.
moms.
Yeah, at least I got to walk away from my bedtime struggle tonight.
Yes, that is very lucky. And I'm technically walking away from mine by being down here.
That's
So
true. Well, unless she walks back towards
She
you.
will. She definitely will. How's your week going?
Good. We had a very, very rough Friday, Saturday situation. This is actually my tantrum for Lainey.
Oh.
So
Let's jump right in.
Friday, it was probably the worst bedtime experience we've ever had
Oh my
with her.
God.
And like, she wasn't even like sad. We're in this very weird phase with her where I don't know what to do because she can go without a nap and she's fine. But then she's like so overtired by like 6 or 7 that she starts bouncing off the walls and it's hard to get her down. But it's like, we can't really put her down any earlier because there's bath and dinner. Like by the time we
Yeah.
get home from work, it's just,
Yeah.
but granted, this does usually only happen on the weekends because she does nap at school. But then if she takes a nap, it's almost like she's not tired enough. And she didn't end up falling asleep until almost 10:30 on
Yeah.
Friday. And that is approximately 2 hours later than my bedtime.
Yeah.
So, and she wasn't being bad. She
Yeah.
was just like, wanted to talk and wanted
Yep.
to like, and at one point I was like, you know what, if you want to do puzzles in your room or read your books or whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
Just stay in your room and leave me alone.
What did she say to that? Was she open?
She did. She went in there and sat down and did her puzzles.
Played.
And I mean, but she came back,
Yeah.
15 more times after that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was, I was like, do we need to lock her door?
Yeah.
We're
almost
never
like-
going to do that, but
No. Well, we kind of did. We have the child lock and it's like
We-
locked from the inside.
well, we used to have the like safety
Yeah.
thing on there that she couldn't go, but then ever since she's potty trained,
That's right.
we don't want to like. At
Yeah.
first, it was a safety thing because she was so young, and we were like, "Oh, like our laundry room's upstairs," and it's just
Yeah.
like, and we have childproof stuff on there, obviously, but
Yeah.
like, it's still. I'm like, she's gonna go into Chloe's room and wake her up,
Yeah.
and so, but like now she doesn't have anything on there, and it's
There's
just
no barriers.
But it's been like that for a long time, and it's never hindered. I mean, she's been potty trained for a while now, but.
Did she just keep coming into your room?
Yes.
Yeah.
And at one point I was like, do we lock our door? Because but I think she would just be screaming in the hallway then. Because I also don't want her to think she can't get to us if she needs us. So it's just
Right.
this like fine line of
It's like it's not a punishment,
yeah,
but
also go to
bed.
Have you seen
Stay in your bed.
There's a book out there about sleep training that's called Go the Fuck to Sleep.
Yes. Oh my
I've never read it, but it sounds wonderful.
I should probably get that because our bedtimes are also terrible. Like she just won't stay in her bed.
Yeah.
And like I've tried the thing too. I'm like, okay, well, mommy's gonna go to bed, and like you can stay in here and play and read books and do whatever you want, but I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
And like I'll leave the room, but she again, just like Lainey, she just wants
Yeah.
me. She doesn't understand.
I just keep telling myself it's a phase.
Yeah.
It's not going to last forever. But I'm like, it's lasting long enough.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, now my dog's bothering you for treats.
She's not. I don't have any treats, but I will give you pets.
I'm just gonna bounce back and forth. There really are none. All right. My tantrum is okay. So
Oh, well, you know what? I'm sorry.
no.
That I forgot why I was talking about that.
Oh, was that not even the tantrum?
No, that was well, sort of.
Okay.
So this led to a bigger tantrum, I guess. So Saturday she had her gymnastics showcase, which very
wait to hear
exciting.
all
It's
about
her
this.
first one. She did so good when it all was said and done, but it was at noon. So she didn't go to bed until like 10:30 on Friday night. Of course she gets up at 7 because toddler.
Yeah.
And she like for those of you who don't know me personally, Lainey's gymnastics class every week, she goes in by herself. Like I don't go in with her. She's in the big girl class now. She does it on her own. Like I'm sitting right there and she can see me, but and she doesn't have any issues with it. She loves it. She talks about it all week. So we get there on Saturday. I can already tell that she's tired. I'm like, okay. And the way this works, they go into like the big gym area. and you just drop them off. You take a card with their name on it, and that's what you use to pick them back up. And then they have like a mezzanine that like oversees the gym, and that's where the parents were going to sit to watch the showcase. She goes there and she sees one of her coaches that she's known forever, Amber. We've talked about her a ton. And she was like very apprehensive. And I'm like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be great. Look, everybody's out there. You're going to go sit on a dot like you always do. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to go. And I walked and I started to walk away. And then Lainey started chasing after me, and Amber scooped her up, and she burst into tears, like so sad. And she was like, why don't you just come and sit out there with her? I'm like, sure, I'll sit out with her in front of everybody. I'll be the only parent on the floor because everybody else is fine. And I had to like, it took everything. Like they were doing their warm up. I had to sit on the floor with them for their entire warm up. And I was like, you know what, mommy's not allowed to be out here. So I was like, I'll stay down here, but I'm going to like sit up against the wall so the rest of the world can't see me.
Yeah.
And she was just like so beside herself. She kept saying, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to make you do it if you don't want to do it. It's fine. But I was like, if you don't go out there, I'm going to go upstairs. And she was like, no, you stay here. And then she went out and did it.
Oh.
But it was still like, I don't know. It was just weird. And I think it's because she's so tired. And then we have it on video at the end when they're about to give out their medals. Because I did end up going upstairs at one point, and I was very like big at waving at her, like cheering her on. And then she smiled and waved and was fine. But at the end, you could see her say, Mommy, I'm tired.
Oh.
So
I bet. Did she take a nap?
No.
What?
I mean, it's an hour long thing. Like, but it would have been not worth it. Like it would have been like a 3:00 nap by that time because she wanted to go get ice cream after. And,
Oh,
it's
well, it
priorities.
was very adorable.
So, anyways.
Do you think it was because is her class, it's in the little kid area still, right? It's not in the big gym?
It is a half and half.
Oh, okay.
So they start over there, and then they will like walk them out to practice on the big beam.
Oh, so this wasn't anything new.
No,
Oh,
she's been out there
interesting.
before, but she's now also suddenly terrified of doing flips on the bar. So like they like hold on and they like help them do a flip, and coincidentally, she started to be afraid of this right after she flipped over her bed. So,
Oh my gosh.
makes sense.
I was over at Kelsey's recording one night, and we were watching the monitor, and Lainey is like leaning against like the side of her bed and just whoop,
Like
Head first.
full flipped over, landed on her
Full
back.
flip.
Luckily, there was a mountain of stuffed animals there. But
She had some nice padding.
yeah.
Oh man.
So, anyways,
Well,
back
it was
to your
very cute,
tantrum.
and she did a good job. So my tantrum, I kind of mentioned to you when we were upstairs, but like, I don't even know, like 3 or 4 nights ago, Millie, like during bedtime, I would get her under her blankets, and we would just be like talking or something, and she would pull the blankets off and get her foot out, and she goes, "Oh, robot got me." And like hold her foot and just keep saying, "The robot got me," and like look at me like
Has she
I'm
been
supposed
talking
to
to
know
Lainey?
what that means. And I'm like, "What do you mean the robot? What robot?" She's like, "Robot got me," and like that's it. That's the end of the conversation. And I just like chalk it up to like something she's watched on TV or something she heard at school or a book or something. So I didn't think much of it the first night. Second night, same thing happened. Robot got me. What do you mean the robot got you? Didn't think anything of it again. Third night it happened. I'm like, this is weird. Like, what robot is coming to visit you in the middle of the night that I don't know about? So I'm like looking around her room, and I'm like, what robot are you talking about? And we have like a fan that's like on the floor or like, you know, like the tower fan, and it has like blue lights, and, you know, obviously it makes noise. And I was like, Millie, is that the robot that got you? And she goes, yeah, robot got me. So I don't know, like, if she like stubbed her toe
That is so funny.
or like what
She's
happened.
like, this thing is out to get me.
But the robot got her on the foot one time, and that is all we've been talking about ever since.
So we used to have a Roomba on our first floor, and Lainey was petrified of it. So, and it was like it was a really old one. It was really loud when it would like get off the base, and like she was terrified of it.
Yeah.
It died a while ago, but we recently got a new one, much better one, and it's so quiet. So like she'll let it go around if it happens to turn on when we're home. But the other day she was like, and sometimes we use it as a threat to clean up her toy room. We're like, if you don't clean up your toys, the robot's gonna eat them.
Yeah, I would too.
There was one day that it was cleaning the floor and it happened to like pick up one of a lid to one of her toys, but it was like too big to actually suck it up. So it was just like hanging with the robot, and Lainey was lost her mind. I've never seen that girl move so fast to clean up anything in her entire life.
You know, it would be such like a double whammy if you're like, it's going to be dark and the robot's coming out. She would.
You know what? That's something that has been working to my disadvantage recently. And this is why she's waking up so early in the morning, because she goes to bed at night and then she just goes to her window and like opens the blinds to see if the sun is sleeping yet, which it never is. And then it dawned on us the other day, she's not pulling it back down. So when the sun comes out, her room is getting so bright so much earlier. So we have had to start sneaking back in there to close her blinds after she falls asleep. I'm like, oh my gosh. And the middle of the week, it's whatever, because we usually have to wake her up anyways. But
Yeah.
on the weekend, come on.
Yeah. Sleep in, girl.
Oh my gosh.
All
Well,
right.
I'm glad an actual robot was not attacking Millie.
Yeah, I mean, not that I know of. Stay tuned. What about treats?
So, my treat is Chloe, and it's nothing specific. It's just that I feel like the last week has just been like such pure chaos with Lainey. Like she's just like either up or down. Like there's no in
Oh
between.
my God, same.
Yeah, and it will just be like, I feel it's so hot this week too, and like I feel like it's not gonna get better anytime
No,
soon.
it's only going to increase.
Yeah. And she will be screaming, throwing a fit, and we just like let her do her thing while we're just like going about our lives. And like there was one day there was so much happening. Adam's parents were over, Lainey was losing her mind, and I turned around to look at Chloe and she's just like clapping and having the best time, just like playing with this little toy that she got. I'm just like, thank
She's
God
the calm
for
to
you.
your storm.
Just like could not be happier.
She doesn't know any different.
The cradle to chaos.
She hasn't gotten to the chaos part yet. Let's cherish this moment. I will say I feel like 12 to 18 months was like such a sweet spot.
Yes.
Like, so
Although-
sweet.
I will say she's such a mommy's girl right now. Like I can't be 5 inches from her. Like
My 2.5
no,
year
your
old.
2.5-year-old is fine. I was sitting in the playroom with her, got up, walked to my dining room table, which is like 2 feet away, to pick up my phone, and you would have thought that a limb had been taken from this child. So,
Yeah, that is true. I feel like the separation anxiety really hits around 18 months.
and
or,
it's
like, around
hard
this
because
time.
you have a lot of crap that you need to do as a person, which
Do you know what really comes in handy? The tush baby.
I'm not wearing that in my home.
Oh, I used to. I probably still would.
Oh
let's be
my
honest.
gosh. Well, that's a really good segue into our topic for today, which is finding.
Okay, I guess I'm just not doing a treat today.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. Just skip right over my treats, which are really freaking cute.
We'll have to go back and I'll say my treat again, and then I can do the whole segue thing again.
I can bring up a tush baby at any time. You just snap your finger and I can do it.
Fine, let's hear about your treat.
Oh my God, no, I don't want to tell it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, my treats are worth it. My dog belches. I'm sure. Did you think it was me?
Thought somebody roared. What was that?
My dog belches. I don't know. Does anyone else with a cockapoo? Does their dog belch? Because my dog straight up belches. Anyway, it looks like he's gonna do it again. I apologize in advance. Kelsey's never coming over again.
Give him the mic. Oh my god. So do you have a treat by chance? Just curious.
I hate you. Okay, yes, I actually have 2 treats, and I'm gonna take.
I'm sorry.
Really
There's only time for one. I'm so sorry. I totally just like went on with our
I
lives.
just don't care. Okay. So we were. Hi. We have a celebrity guest. Say hello.
Hello.
Hey. Can I tell them about a treat that you did recently? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Remember when we were brushing your teeth and I told you make sure you get the backs of your teeth, but I just said make sure you get the backs, and then you started brushing your back. That was
adorable.
really cute. And oh, you just deleted something. And then recently she's realized that if she steps on things, like we have this little like wicker ottoman upstairs, and if she stands on it, she can get to certain things. So she was trying to get like something from the top of her dresser the other day, and she put just a single book down and stepped on the book to get up to the top of her dresser. It was so cute.
Hey, whatever works.
Yep.
That's called being innovative.
Yeah. Those are the treats.
Adam's always like, anytime you guys are recording downstairs, Lainey knows, and she is 100 times worse than she ever is. Like, I wonder if that will be what happens at Brittany's.
100%.
Yeah, well.
So Kelsey.
This is a really great segue.
There is absolutely no segue.
If you guys were unsure on how far in advance we plan anything out, well, this just goes to show that like about 35 seconds.
Yeah. real life.
So today we're going to talk about finding the balance and how that's possible. And I told Brittany that she had to give me the answer because I've been really stressed out lately.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot
I'm
of
not
pressure,
leaving here without it.
And I don't have the answers.
Should I just move in then? Or?
Yeah, come on over. Yeah. Well, I was telling you before we started, I don't know, I had a lot of trouble with this because I feel like everyone struggles with it, and it's like there is no right answer, but I did a lot of research.
Okay.
And I feel like there's a lot of good advice out there.
Okay, well, you did research, and I just talked about what I try to do, and I was just...
See, I don't do anything, and I'm failing miserably at it,
Okay.
so...
Perfect. Well, you sound like a really great person to give me advice on.
Listen, the research doesn't lie.
Well, I was going to reiterate how I left off our last episode, which is, how are you supposed to be a good mom, a good wife, a great employee, eat healthy, get enough sleep, exercise, still have time with your friends, and have normal mental capacity for just life?
Yep.
I don't think it's possible.
I don't think it's possible.
You can't
Well,
be
the
great.
episode's over. See you guys later.
You can't be great at everything.
You can't. And I think what's helped me with that is, well, first, just like acknowledging it,
Yeah.
I think is huge. Just like talking about it and knowing that you can't do it all. But also prioritizing. So like, I feel like on certain days, like my priorities change, you know? So like during the weekdays, like when like obviously Millie's my priority, but as soon as I drop her off at work, then like work is my priority.
Yeah.
So it's like
Just tears.
yeah, like just kind of like focusing on what needs to be done that day, or where like my efforts are best, I don't know, put that day.
Yeah.
And then like something I struggle with though is like even saying that out loud, like I'm still always thinking about the other thing when I'm doing the other thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, you
when I'm at
can't
work,
turn it off completely.
yeah. But I think like
I think you can kind of like put it on the back burner.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if Millie's school is the same way as Lainey's, but like you get tons of notifications during the day. So like it's always kind of there.
Yeah.
And in a good way, but it is a little distracting sometimes.
it's definitely distracting. I think she's the biggest distraction for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I have to put work on, I like have to put my phone away for a little bit, then that's what I do. You know what I mean? But like I'm not good at like being 100% in on like
I think that's fair.
anything. I think it's just like mom brain too. Like I'll be at work, I'm like, oh, I need to do laundry. I need to go grocery shopping.
Like, mine will be like, remember when I told you that my new way of kind of tackling the laundry would be to put a load in the night before and then switch it in the morning?
Yeah.
Well, my thing is the middle of the workday. Well, I didn't switch that little laundry, so I'm gonna have to restart it.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
I just set myself up for failure.
Right. It's hard. But I think like my best advice, even though I need to take this advice myself, is like be fully present in the thing that you're doing. So like, you know, aside from work and kids, you know, there's things like this, like hanging out with your friends, or like, I don't know, what your normal people do. Going to fitness classes, like
I don't remember.
whatever it is you're doing, like trying to be fully present in that moment and not think about all the other things that are popping into your head at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that can be really helpful.
It's very hard to shut off, though.
It
I
totally
think
is.
the first thing to go for me when I became a mom was time with friends, like hands down. And I think it was because mom guilt consumed me for at least the first 2 years, like completely, to where like I like distanced myself from so many people that like I still don't really talk to today because of it. And so it was totally like on me. But I also think it's like, I see a lot of like shaming for people who are really good friends with someone and they're having a baby, for like the person who doesn't have a baby being responsible for keeping that friendship alive. Like, I don't think that's necessarily fair.
No.
I also think that once you become a parent, you're naturally going to gravitate to others that are in the same situation as you,
Totally.
because it's so much more relatable.
Yep.
Like, had we not had kids together, we probably would have never,
Yeah.
like, we wouldn't have had a reason to
Right.
to make any of this happen.
Right.
Granted, the topic of our podcast, but
Yeah.
what would we be talking about right now?
Right.
So, but this is what I still struggle with this, and what I've tried to do is, if I'm like out to dinner or coffee with a friend who I truly like know that I don't prioritize making time with, before we leave, we like schedule time
Yeah.
to do it again. Whether that's in like 2 months, like we
Yeah.
at least have it on the radar that we're gonna make it happen. Like, I have to plan it or it's never gonna happen. Like,
Exactly.
I just like
oh,
can't.
we should get together soon, and then that soon just like never happens.
Yeah. Like, yeah,
that's
I'm
a
never
really
gonna see you
good-
again.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. You're actually really good at that, like for this. Like,
Oh,
like,
otherwise we'd never put out an episode.
I know.
I'll be packing our stuff. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
really good advice.
I don't know if it's like feasible for, and it's hard when I think it's even harder when you have friends with kids too, because like then you're juggling like sports schedules and all of that, unless like your friends don't care if you're bringing all of that with them, which I would imagine that most people with kids wouldn't care.
No.
But I'm also the friend who would never judge you for canceling plans just because you don't want to be social. Like,
Yeah.
5 minutes before, you're like, you know what? I'm just tapped
Not feeling
out.
it. Yeah.
Perfect, because I'm probably not either.
Exactly. Yeah, I will never judge a bail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those texts are like, oh. Or I've had friends before where we've had dinner planned and they text, we still on for tonight? I'm like, why are you asking? Are you not wanting to go?
Yeah. Is that
I'm
an
like, are we
option?
even into this?
Yeah.
Did you want to cancel? No? Oh, yeah, no, me neither.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not in yoga pants and a high bun.
Yeah. I think too, like the thing about dropping friend time first is because for me, like, and this is going to sound horrible, but it didn't feel productive to me. Like if I was away from Millie, I needed to be doing something productive. And I know that's a
fair.
completely messed up way to think, but like I needed to either be like working out or
Yeah.
grocery shopping. That's pretty much it.
I'm like, I was like, how long is this list?
That's it. But you know what I mean? Like my mom was so like all consuming that like
Yeah.
if I wasn't doing something like productive for my family or for myself, then it's like, but like friend time it's so
Yeah.
productive. It's so needed. And
Yeah.
it took me a long time to like remember that, I guess, or realize that.
Yeah, I think it's especially like for you when you were postpartum with Millie, because you breastfed for a long time. You also have to like plan everything around your pump schedule unless you're planning on bringing it with you.
Yep.
And I didn't do it very long with Chloe, but I do remember I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to be out for longer than 3 hours because then I have to pump when I'm out, and I don't want to do that.
Well, and just
So-
their naps. They nap
Yeah.
so often.
well, like if I was going out without.
oh,
baby.
gotcha.
Yeah, if like I was trying to like get coffee with a friend or something.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
had
it
to be home to
didn't.
pump.
It didn't happen because I
Yeah.
didn't want to. Like you just feel gross all the time.
Yeah, that's true. And like anytime that you don't have like with your kid, you're then like, I just want to rest.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Or
another
like,
thing. Like if I wasn't with her, it's because she's sleeping and I'm vegging on the couch
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
hard, or I'm sleeping.
oh yeah, you had a really hard time with sleep too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. That's been the hardest thing for me, and I'm still working on that today. So if you are my friend and I haven't reached out to you in a really long time, I'm sorry. I promise I don't hate you.
She just busy. I think something you do really well though is you do like the Nurture Life meals and the meals for you and Adam, which
Yeah.
outsourcing chores was like another thing that I saw. And I'm like, that's such a good point. Like some people have cleaning people come to their
Okay,
house.
I was just gonna say, so my sister-in-law, she is going to have her first baby in September, and she just hired someone to come and do like a deep clean of her house. And I was like, you have to tell me all about it. Like, tell me, is it great? Because I
Love
have
it.
a tons of friends at work that do like, they have someone come in and do like just like a deep clean once a month. I'm like, tell me how much it is and if you loved it. And she was like, it was great. And then, but I'm like, do I really want to pay someone to clean my house? I'm like, I mean, yeah, but
Yeah. But then you're like, I can do it myself, but can you? Like,
Yeah.
when's the time? I don't know. I think it's things like that where you're like, if there's things that somebody can help you with and you have the means to do it, like, cool.
yeah,
Like, if you're open
it's
to
like
that.
people who hate on families who are able to have a night nurse
Oh,
at the
yeah.
newborn
Oh,
stage.
my God.
Like, I've seen so many comments where like, I feel like you're missing out on bonding with your child. I'm like,
No.
stop, shut up. Like, you're just jealous.
Yes.
I mean, granted, I did not have a night nurse, nor will I ever have a night nurse, but
We thought about it. We really
Yeah.
thought about it.
yeah, it would be a game changer for mental health for sure.
Yeah.
And just like being able to be present during the day.
Totally. Oh, yeah. Earlier when you were saying that Chloe doesn't let you put her down and you're like, I need to go like do stuff. I feel like that was a good, like, I feel like that is every mom who's like, I'm home with my kids and like I want to play with them, but I also really need to go unload the dishwasher or like
Right.
whatever it is. I think this is where everyone has different feelings, but like I'm totally cool to put her in front of the TV for a little bit if I need to go get something done. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely do way more screen time than I probably should, but sometimes that's survival.
You know, a little fix for that, if you're trying to not do a lot of screen time, which I don't care either. We do, the TV's always on at our house, but when we got Lainey a sibling, it was now it can be like, hey, Lainey, can you come play with Chloe for a minute? And she's like totally fine, and I can go like do something for a minute.
That's great. So the key here is have multiple kids.
Yes, just keep having more children.
Yeah.
It won't stress you out anymore, I promise.
Yeah, the chores won't get heavier. We promise. The messes won't get more.
Something that I am proud of myself for right now, and it took me a long time to do this. It was get back into exercise, and I've been doing so good with it. I mean, Lainey's 3 years old, and it probably took me almost 3 years to like really like make myself do it. And I will say it's so hard to start doing it, but once you get yourself onto a routine, like now I look forward to doing it.
Yeah.
And it's really great for your mental health. I've had to figure out like the best time to do it. So I am an early bird. Like I don't mind getting up early in the morning. And my kids usually don't wake up until like 7:30 anyways. So there's a couple gyms that I go to where they have classes that start at 6:15 and they're not super far from me. So I will go, I'll work out, and I come home and like everyone's still sleeping. So I didn't miss anything.
That's awesome.
So that's something that, because there are some times where I'll go at 7:30 and then like I didn't see my kids today until 6 o'clock when I got home because Adam took them in and he picked them up. So those are the days where I'm like, oh, I'm the worst mom ever. I do try to avoid the evenings because it's just harder as a parent to tackle the evenings by yourself.
For sure.
But every once in a while we'll do it. But
Yeah.
you know, you do yoga, right?
Yes, I do yoga once a week. It's just like an hour-long class, and I do it at 7:30, so it's actually like I still get the evening with Millie, and then I get to bypass bedtime. It's really honestly the best case scenario. But I actually just downloaded the Peloton app, and because of you, actually, and I absolutely love it. And
it's so great.
I've been kind of just doing like I like it because I can just do it at home, and I pretty much only do yoga, so it's really easy to do yoga literally anywhere.
They have all kinds of stuff in there. Have you ever done a bar class?
Oh my God, I hate bar.
Oh, it's so hard.
It's so hard.
It's so hard, but it's so good.
Yeah. I used to work out probably every single day before having Millie.
Yeah.
And
I'm up to 5 days a week now.
That's insane.
Like every day.
I'm so proud of you.
And
Every morning.
Mornings or like sometimes it's with it being tennis. Like I have matches every once in a while.
Yeah.
It just depends on if I'm on the roster or not. I'm in 2 leagues right now, and I was supposed to have a match on Thursday this week, but it's supposed to be so hot. The lady was like, "Can we please not do it?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I feel like you're the person who should be giving advice on this topic because you literally do so much. And you make it look effortless.
But like, what else do I?
She
What do I
plays
do?
tennis. She just told me she's in a book club.
We meet
has,
once a month.
A side hustle of selling cute baby clothes. She does this. She works. She's a mom. A wife.
Oh my God.
She's
You can't
got
see me
3
with
dogs.
the biggest eye roll right now.
You should be giving advice on how you do it all. And she's an influencer on TikTok.
Oh, shut up.
She has time for all of it.
That
Really,
takes up
do?
all of my time. Well, I was going to say, so I actually started playing tennis again when Chloe was about 6 weeks old. So that one was a little bit easier to come back to because I had to, because I was on a team and they were like, they knew
6
like when I
weeks.
could come back. Once I got cleared by the doctor, but I feel like I could have gone back earlier with Chloe. She was easy.
Gosh.
Vaginal birth is much different from a C-section.
Yeah. I was still hobbling around.
But like that's the first thing I did. I just started incorporating it back into my schedule. And I already said this, but like an early morning workout is just better for me, whether it's like going to an actual workout class or just doing it in my living room. I use the Peloton app
Good
too.
idea.
But I am much more likely to get up to go to a workout class that I signed up and paid for than to get up and go downstairs to my living room. Cause like I'll be laying in bed and I'll be like, oh, well, like now it's 6:30. So I'll only be able to do like a 20-minute class. And like, is that even worth it?
Yeah.
There's been a couple times where I've been down there. I've been in the middle of a class and I'm like, was that Chloe? Did I hear her? Oh, I guess I have to stop my class.
Yeah. Yeah. Being at a gym is way more impactful than doing it from home.
I can't, like, I've been a member of Planet Fitness more times than I can count. I can't do those types of gyms. Like, I need no, because I will just like sit there for 10 minutes in between reps and do nothing. I need I love my Pilates class. Yeah. I go to the circuit class, which I know you've been to too, and you hated it. You said it was hard.
It was really hard.
I actually went there this morning.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like you just have to find what you like. Like there's a lot of different things out there that I didn't even know about. I do yoga every once in a while. I just found out what Spanga is. Have you ever heard of Spanga?
No.
So it's this like the new thing. It's an hour class. It's 20 minutes of spin, 20 minutes of strength, and 20 minutes of yoga.
That sounds awesome.
Amazing. So you start out with the cardio with the spin, and then you do strength, and then you end with yoga. So you're not like you don't feel like you're gonna die.
Love that. I do really well when you like switches up.
Yes.
So you're not doing the same thing for too long.
That's why I love the place that I went this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard, but
that is true. Isn't it like every minute? What's it called?
It's
Tabata
different
style.
Tabata, yeah.
Tabata.
And like this one was every 6 minutes, but they're different. It's different
But still,
every time.
even though that's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pilates is by far the hardest, and I think it's the hardest because it's so slow.
So slow.
Every
It's a slow
movement,
burn.
or like a Legree class.
I've never done that.
Oh my gosh, you should come with me.
Yeah.
It's really hard,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things where it's never gonna get easier because like the better you do, you just like do different motions, but it takes it's a big mental game. So I'm like, God, how long have I been here? And I'm like, 10 minutes. Okay. I saw a funny TikTok about it. It was like, you're in this like time vortex of like, what is happening? And like, why is everybody here looking like a model? And I do Orange Theory every once in a while too. That was the first workout class that I ever attempted, and Adam and I used to go together a lot, like way before kids. Mm-hmm. I can't do it all the time. It's just too much. It's like
I used to do it 4 days a week.
Yeah. I'll go like
Best
once.
shape of my life.
I'll go like once a
so
month
hard.
now. But I think what I found is I will not stick with something if it's the same thing over and over and over again. So like going to different places has really helped me.
Yeah. What do you use again? What's the app that you can book at all the different places?
So not every place is on there, but MindBody
Okay.
has a lot of them on there.
Yeah.
But it just depends on if the business is part of it or not.
I'm writing that down, so I'm gonna check it out.
The Pilates class is not on there, but I'll make you come eventually.
Oh boy.
I'll see you at 6:15.
Actually, I'm a morning person, so that would be fine. I think also like we're both really lucky to have jobs that like are very family friendly. Like I feel like they get it. Like they understand that we have kids and that like family is priority over everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's super helpful.
I think it is super helpful because I have experienced both where, you work somewhere where you're just expected to show up and figure it out. And like, you're going to be there until we don't need you anymore type of mindset.
Yep.
And then I now have a different job where it's not like that at all. And I will say, if you are in a position where you feel like you are constantly having to put your job over your family all the time, and it's going to happen every once in a while.
Sure.
Like, it is what it is. But like, if it's stressing you out, go out there and find something different, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It'll never be worth it.
Nope.
It took a lot for me to step away, but
yeah,
it's the healthiest thing I've ever done for me. So
yeah, that's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something I wanted to talk to you about is getting enough sleep.
I get plenty of sleep.
Let's say, obviously the newborn phase is much different, and I feel like when both of my girls were babies, I would wake up like terrified that I had like dropped them, but I'm like, and they never co-slept, but like I would have this like feeling that like I just dropped my baby, but like I wasn't holding my baby.
Oh, really?
Like, did that kind of stuff ever happen to you? Oh my gosh, it used to happen to me all the time, and I would like have dreams that I like accidentally smothered my baby in my bed, and like they were never in my bed.
Yeah,
but it was
I've
like
had that one before.
But and I'm just like moving the blankets, like trying to find.
She was not even in here.
I'm like, God, I have to wake myself up.
Yeah, I've done that. Yes, I've definitely done that.
That was. I'm glad that's over.
Yeah.
But now I still like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and just like check the monitors.
Oh yeah.
And Lainey's been doing something interesting recently where this has happened like once a week probably for a couple weeks. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and just check the monitors, and her feet are on the ground, but her body is in her bed.
Oh my gosh.
Like she's literally like, it's like she just like has slowly slid out of bed in the middle. Yeah. She's just like, her feet are on the floor and she's like asleep like an L.
How do kids do this?
I've had to go in there and like put her back in her bed. I'm like, what is happening? Like she probably just like slithers out on accident.
Yeah.
But I also went in there, oh my gosh, I don't know, yesterday, just because she had so much crap in her bed, and I'm like, I can't see your face.
Yeah.
And I'll like rearrange, and I was trying to like, she somehow went into her closet and got her bathrobe and was snuggling with her bathrobe.
Oh.
I'm like, what are you doing? So I was like trying to clean her bed essentially while she's sleeping in it.
Like organize.
And I went to like, her blanket was all wrapped around her, so I was like pulling it out from under her, and I put it back over her, and she woke up and like looked, like made eye contact and sat up in bed. I was like, oh no, yeah. What have I done? But she was still asleep, and she like looked at me and like wrapped her arms around me and just started snoring.
Oh, like what is
I
happening?
know, she was like, and the next morning I was like, do you remember me coming in your room? She was like, what? Nothing.
Yep. Don't worry about it.
But I've been fortunate to always have kids that have slept.
Like sleep. Yeah.
So it hasn't been as much of an issue for me. Usually when I can't sleep, it's because like there's something going on with me.
Yeah. I don't know how I survived the first like year. I truly don't. I really don't.
It's crazy. Here you are.
I was on like maybe 5 hours of sleep for an entire year.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
I'm also, and like people are very different. So Adam, if he doesn't get at least like 8 to 10 hours of sleep, he's an absolute monster. And me, like 4 or 5 hours, like I can have a productive day and be fine. Like I'm gonna be tired, but like it's
doable.
I don't think, and maybe it's just a woman thing, but like I know some women who also need their sleep.
Yeah.
But like it's not something that I like worry about, but I've always been an awful sleeper, which is funny that my girls are such great sleepers because I can fall asleep fine as long as I'm not like stressed out about something, but I always wake up in the middle of the night multiple times. Yeah.
And like stressed?
No, it's just like I've always just been like that, like as far as long as I can remember. Like I'll go back to sleep.
The sleep test done with Lainey.
Yeah. Like, can you just hook it up to me too while I'm here?
I'll just do it. Pull out another bed.
I joke, and they said that there's room for those of you who didn't hear previously, Lainey has to have a sleep study done. But the nurse, when she called, was saying that there's room for 2 adults to sleep over. And Adam was like, I mean, I don't think both of us need to be here. Like, I don't think so either. But I'm like, how convenient that you don't think you need to be there. But also, there's no way he would fit in anything there. So, it's fine.
They'll bring in 2 chairs.
Yeah, I'm interested to see this setup.
Yeah. But do you bring that up to say that, like, sleep is important?
Yeah.
And feeling that you can manage all of it?
I mean, I think it just depends on who you are
Yeah.
as a person.
Yeah.
I think it has helped me a lot once I started reading again. So like you mentioned, I've been in a book club now. Like this is the third book that we've read. So it's been 3 months. And like giving myself like, I'm like, I have to read this. So I'm a productive member of this club.
Yeah.
And reading before bed instead of like scrolling on my phone or watching TV.
I'm so bad at that.
I am too. And don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, I finished a chapter and I'm going to like do whatever. But like, I do think it has helped me settle a little bit more.
For sure.
Depending on what I'm reading.
That's how I am too. It puts me right to sleep. So sometimes I'm like, if I really like a book, I'm like, I can't read this before bed because I'm actually not going to read it. I'm going to go right to sleep. Like I get 3 pages in. It just like lulls me to sleep. But I usually fall asleep to the TV on because I go to bed earlier than Matt.
Yeah.
And so he'll come in and like turn it off when he comes to bed.
I fall asleep to the TV on, but that's because Adam's watching it, not because I'm watching. I mean, he always has golf on or something.
Yeah.
But,
I like it because I'm such an anxious person that I'll just start thinking about like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or, like, what I need to do.
You know what's funny about that? I went through a period where like I could not fall asleep. Like I was just like having racing thoughts and I couldn't do it. And I'm like, was like researching what to do. And it was like, just play in your mind. Like what your day is going to look like tomorrow.
No,
I'm like,
that makes me so anxious.
that's actually the worst possible advice.
That's what's making me anxious. And then you're like, oh, I need to go do this right now to help myself prepare for that. Or like, I'll write things down on my phone. It's just like, I don't know. It's not healthy.
No.
So I like to just turn my brain off and like put on a show until I fall asleep because it just helps me lull to sleep. Or melatonin gummies.
Okay. I was going to say this has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about, but have you ever given Millie melatonin? No. Okay. I haven't given it to Lainey, but there's been some nights where I'm like,
open up.
I have friends that do it.
Really?
Yeah. Not like all the time, but you know, every once in a while.
Yeah? Like when they're being like difficult or just like
they're just having, they know they're going to be like a single parent that night.
Here's a gummy.
I meant to ask their doctor about it at their appointment and I forgot.
I can ask Millie at her 3-year.
Perfect.
In September.
Oh, that's so far away.
It is far away.
Anyways, let us know what your thoughts are on
that. I used to, well, obviously I still do. I feel like even when I have like a to-do list, like I'm a big to-do list person. Like I always have like a to-do list written out. It has to be handwritten. I don't like it on my computer. I need to have it handwritten so I can cross things out.
You need to get a Remarkable.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, it's like a tablet where you like write on, but it's like everyone at work has one. They love them. I've never used one, so I can't really recommend it, but they all love it.
I'm gonna write that down too. Remarkable. Oh, I get it. Remarkable. How clever. So whenever I would make a to-do list though, like I always felt like I would put just like laundry, and then like I could never cross it off because there's
it doesn't end.
Laundry never ends. You have to put it in.
Yeah.
You have to switch it over. You have to fold it. You have to put it away. So laundry is actually a 5-step bullet point.
You know what? I wonder what it's like to be a husband sometimes, because
does your husband not do laundry?
No, he does his own, but I do everybody else's, and I'm just like, but like, what it must be like to just feel like there's just a laundry fairy in the house that just like comes around and does things for you.
That's what I know we have.
I know we have opposite roles in our house, but
Matt probably feels that way about the trash. He's like, I wonder what it's like to be Brittany, and there's a trash fairy that comes and empties all the.
Well, yeah, the trash is never going to be my responsibility.
Yeah, I never do trash.
And the boxes in the garage.
But so now what I've started to do is when I make a to-do list, I actually put every step of the task at hand so that I feel like I'm doing something. So for laundry, keep that example going. It's like, did you put it in? All right, check. Did you switch it? Okay, check. And like breaking it down literally I know it sounds silly, but like breaking it down step by step is like so helpful, because then you actually, I don't know, I was feeling like I was just like not ever getting anything done.
Yeah. I would write things done that I've already done, just like across them off.
Been there for
like,
sure.
Woohoo! Look at me go.
Yeah. It's helped me with work too, because it's like you can't just put the project. It's like, well, what is involved in the project? I need to do this. I need to do this. You know, and I feel like that's helped me a lot.
Yeah, no, that's a really good call out. So you mentioned the meal plans that we use at our house.
Yeah.
One thing that I was going to talk about is how hard it is to eat healthy when like there's no time, because
just don't.
it's not convenient.
No.
It's not cheap.
It's hard.
To eat healthy. Yeah, it's
It
difficult.
takes planning.
Yes, and I don't have the capacity for that.
And it takes time.
Yeah, and so like the meal plans for us were like a true game changer.
Yeah, I
so
want to do it again.
we started with HelloFresh. That's something that we used to do. We loved it, but then it just started to take too much time because you actually have to prepare the
Yeah.
meals. And
Free
like
kids, great.
yeah, and like I do enjoy cooking. Like I enjoy like the like whole thing,
Me
but
too.
when I have an hour to do it, and I just like cannot fit that into my day right now. So like maybe another time in my life, but like
Yeah, like back in the day, I would get home from work, I'd pour myself a glass of wine, I'd put on some music, and I would spend an hour and a half in the
Yeah.
kitchen making dinner. And
I just,
I
like-
loved it.
I cannot wrap my brain around how families with two parents working outside the home have time to cook. Like,
I don't know.
are you eating at 8 p.m.? I don't understand.
It'd be
And then we tried Factor, which those are really, really good, but they were a little on the pricey side, and honestly,
They
they
are.
didn't like sit super well with my tummy.
Oh, really?
I think they just have a little bit more fat in them than,
Okay.
and like the stuff that we do now, the Clean Eats is just like clean food. Like it's
Yeah.
so much better for you.
You said it's like low sugar, right?
Yeah, it's little to no sugar,
Ooh, yeah, I
high
need you to try
protein,
that.
so good.
I
And
love
there's
that.
a
It's just,
different,
like, one thing you don't have to think about.
and there's a few different variables you can do. Like if you want to do like little to no carbs, like you can change it to do it that way, or you can do like extra protein.
Oh, that's cool.
Like so, there's different ways that you can do it. But
I love that.
I do
Yeah, 'cause-
feel like the world is starting to make like healthier things a little bit
Yes.
easier, because I think like it's a more like knowledgeable thing that we are a country that eats like crap.
Yes,
And we're trying
for
to
sure.
change, but
Yeah, no, I mean, we'll call each other on our way home from work. What do you want to do for dinner? I don't know. We don't have anything at home. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just stop and get McDonald's or, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like fast food. And we eat fast food like way more than I could have ever imagined.
yeah, we were on a really, really bad fast food kick for a long time. When we would try to do like Chipotle is not like terrible, but like there's healthy
Yeah.
ways to eat Chipotle,
Yeah.
but like there's not really a
Not
healthy way to eat McDonald's. Like,
There is not.
because I'm gonna go
Wendy's.
there and I'm gonna get a McFlurry, and I'm gonna go to Wendy's and I'm gonna get a Frosty.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm only human. So.
And you know what? At that point, let's just go to Steak and Shake.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say back to the sleep thing. It's really hard for me, and I know I've talked about this on another episode or 2 or 3, but once the girls are in bed, like I'm no longer available to the world. Like
No.
I don't like all of our bedrooms are upstairs. I don't come back downstairs. Like
No.
I'm up there for the
Go straight
night.
to my bed.
Yeah, same. And like what I wrote down, their bedtime is my bedtime.
Yeah.
Like we might watch TV or like read or scroll, but like I'm not doing anything
No.
after bedtime.
I don't want to
And
talk to anybody.
I kind of like hope that eventually that's not the case, and that like I can picture me and Adam like having the best time after bedtime, and like I don't know.
Like what?
I don't know, just like
Hanging out?
yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
well, you
like
are,
the
but-
good old days.
Yeah. Staying up till 10.
There'll be times where I'm like really into my book and I look over and I'm like, it's 10:30. I have to go to bed right now.
Yeah. I hate that.
The anxiety.
Yeah.
You were talking about how you're a really, really big planner. And I am also a big planner, but I think just like planning for the day, like you were saying, like for your projects, but like planning for your whole day
Yeah.
really helps me. And Adam and I will be like, okay, like tomorrow I need you, like I'll be like, you're going to pick up the girls, I'm going to drop them off because like we have this, and this going on. So that's better for me because, and Adam can attest to this, and he makes fun of me for it all the time, but I know he's going to pick up the girls, but it'll be like halfway through the day. Don't forget, you have to pick up the
Yep.
girls today. Like as if he's going to abandon them at their school.
Right.
But
Yep.
something
I'm the
that-
same way.
yeah. Well, something that helps us a lot is we have a shared calendar on our phone. So like
Yes.
anytime we put anything in, like we get an alert and we know like what's going on.
That's really smart. I need to do that for Matt and I. We just have the one on our refrigerator.
Oh yeah, that would never work for us.
Yeah.
You've seen, you've probably, I don't know if you've noticed it, but we have a giant chalkboard.
Yeah.
It's always blank.
Yeah. You never have anything going
I
on.
used to keep up with it, but now there's too much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just think there's never going to be a perfect way to make it happen,
No.
but
I also feel like I cut a lot of like extra things out. Like I used to get my nails done probably every like 3 weeks, and I've stopped doing that.
I don't even
simply
remember the
because of,
last
like,
time I got my nails done. But
time, really.
I do get my lashes done.
Yeah.
So,
But that's not like every week.
it's every 3 weeks.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
guess
it's the
similar
same
to
thing.
nails.
Yeah.
Well,
I
do what you gotta
dropped
do
I
to-
dropped the nails to get the
to get the
lashes.
lashes. Whatever works. But I used to do like a lot of things.
But
like
I
that.
also think like some of that stuff just has to go just purely based on finances when you have a
For sure.
child
That's,
too.
like a lot of the reason.
like
too.
well, now we have to pay for childcare, so I guess I
So
can't be
do
pretty.
I need this? Do I need to get my nails done every 3 weeks? Probably not.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. But
No.
yeah, like I don't get my hair done as often. Like things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Adam
Just
never gets his hair
sacrifices.
done.
I know. They're so selfless. Those boys. I mean, yeah, that's all I got. I don't have the answers.
I was gonna say you didn't solve my problem.
Yeah, and I never will. Not this particular problem.
I think though too that like I was gonna say that I think that finding the balance will get easier as they get older, but I actually
Yeah.
think it's gonna get harder because they're gonna be in sports and they're gonna have friends.
There's
and
more
it's gonna be
activities.
like you're gonna be shuffling kids around constantly.
The only thing is they're going to be a little more self-sufficient where you can be like, go pack your lunch or
Right.
like things like that.
Or
that
like,
they can actually,
well,
or
you
get
didn't-
yourself dressed.
like you didn't unload the dishwasher, so you're not going anywhere tonight.
Yep.
Or it's actually like I don't care about the dishwasher. I'm just not taking you anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. There'll be a lot of that.
Well, I am excited to hear what we're gonna talk about
Oh,
next
yes.
week, Millie.
Millie's throwing a bit. Yeah, she's coming down to tell you. No. So I feel like we've been good at and my dog is barking. We've been good at like keeping it real and like talking about real things. I want to talk about body image and just like
Ugh.
how you feel. Okay.
Anyways, so tell me.
Yes. So next week I want to talk about body image and I want to talk about just like, I want to know, how did you feel about your body when you were pregnant? Did you think it was the most amazing, beautiful thing? I sure didn't. And, you know, like how your body image changes, like before kids.
This is a hard topic.
To postpartum. It is really hard, but I feel like a lot of people struggle with it, and I feel like we need to talk about it.
Okay. We are giving the people what they want.
Yep.
Well, thank
We're
you all
getting
for
real.
listening, as always.
Yep. Thank you. Sorry for all the distractions from my very needy dog and child.
It's keeping it real.
Keeping it real. I'm sure you have the same thing going on at home right now.
No, they're probably comfortably sitting in their car with nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you follow us on Spotify or wherever you're listening so you get notifications when new episodes drop every Tuesday morning. We appreciate you.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Thanks, Mom Besties.
Have a great week. Thanks, Mom
Bye.
Besties. Bye. Can you say thanks for listening?
Did you want to